The United States of America has pledged to continue to support Kenya in the fight against terrorism, granting an additional $100 million towards that end. Visiting U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry today held meetings with top government officials, including President Uhuru Kenyatta, in a visit that lays the groundwork for President Obama's visit in July. KTN's Sharon Mamanyi has the details.
It was a busy day for the top American diplomat. John Kerry started the day with a visit to the August 7th Memorial Park, where he lay a wreath in honor of those who perished in the 1998 U.S. Embassy attack. Unity, he said, is the strongest weapon with which Kenyans should fight terrorism.
The terrorists who struck on August 7th, 1998, failed utterly in their purpose, which was to implant fear in the hearts of the Kenyan people and to divide America from the citizens of this country. They failed for the same reason that terrorists will always fail. Yes, they can reduce a building to rubble. And yes, they can even deprive innocent people of their lives. But they do not give anyone anything of what really makes life worthwhile.
On this very site, Kenya paid a very high price for an American war. And today, on this very site still, America has reassured Kenya that it continues to stand with her on the war against terror. Kerry met President Kenyatta and Interior, Defense and Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretaries in State House. America has given an additional $100 million in aid to go toward the fight against terrorism.
We are deeply engaged in trying to help Kenya to be able to push back and deal with terrorism. We're working on border security. We're working on intelligence sharing. We're working together in terms of law enforcement and capacity building.
Kerry would also meet the opposition leaders at Serena Hotel later in the afternoon.
We also briefed the Secretary of State on the Okoa Kenya initiative, and basically the four main pillars on devolution, on land reforms, on electoral reforms, and I think Musa has been able to brief you on that. The very powerful conclusion by the Secretary of State, and also on inclusivity, because this is a country that is home to 42 nationalities, and therefore you cannot continue to talk of tyranny of numbers.
The challenge of hosting hundreds of thousands of refugees who have fled to this country for protection from persecution, fear, and war. I know that represents a burden to the people here. I know people here are feeling that burden, particularly after an event like Garissa. It's unavoidable. It's completely understandable. But on the other hand, Kenya can be extraordinarily proud of the fact that it stands out as a country that has welcomed people from their terror in other countries, and that Kenya stands as a partner in the effort to bring to justice those who perpetrate that kind of terror.
Kerry maintains that the United States urges Kenya not to retrieve its troops from Somalia, adding that a stable Somalia would result in a safer Kenya.
Kenya is playing that role, this dramatic and important role of leadership in Somalia and in South Sudan. And we believe it is absolutely critical for Africa to be front and center in the solutions to challenges in Africa.
Kerry's visit is one of a series of important American state visits that are geared to set precedent to President Obama's visit in Kenya in July. Sharon Mamanyi, KTN.